Hello, everyone. So, Tariq here. Today, I am sitting across from one of the most notable people in history, a famous author, and unknown to a lot of people. Also, a very famous politician who lived in Florence about 600 years ago, about 550 years ago. I'm sure all of you have heard of him. So, please welcome to our show, Mr. Niccolo Machiavelli. Hello, Tarek. Thank you for having me. What can I say? It's pleasure's all mine. Real pleasure being here. So, why don't you start off by telling us a little bit about yourself? Like you said, an author, statesman. I served the Florentine Republic, organized the militia, and was removed from office when the Medici returned to power. Very interesting. And what else was going on in Florence at the time? What can you say? What was not going on in Florence? I mean, I was living I was a contemporary of Lorenzo il Magnifico, Lorenzo the Magnificent, Cesare Borgia, Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Botticelli. What can I tell you? That is really a who's who of historical figures from the Renaissance. And how many of those people were you actually in touch with? Did you work with any of them? Did you meet with any of them? Well, yeah, you would run into them at parties or in the street, or sometimes, at a revolution, at a conspiracy. So you would see them once in a while, and sometimes you got the opportunity to work with them. Lots of rumors about people whom I've worked with. Supposedly, I planned a rebellion and an overthrow of the Medici with Leonardo da Vinci. I wrote The Prince for Cesare Borgia. It's dedicated to him. So you would run into people all the time. It was an interesting time. I see. And of course, you are remembered in history 550 years later, most notably for your famous book, The Prince. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? Ah, yes, The Prince. The Prince. It is probably one of the most misunderstood works in history. And I'll tell you why I say that. I wanted to write a treatise, political science, like it had never been done before. I had just been removed from power, from my office in the Florentine Republic by the Medici, who were an oligarchy, a monarchy, a dictatorship. And I wanted to write about it. Wanted to write about human beings and politics and the world the way it really is, not the way it's supposed to be or it ought to be. So I showed people a picture of the world the way it is. Some people call me a cynic. Some people call me a skeptic. Some people call me a pessimist. But I just showed the world a mirror of its true nature, held up a mirror to its true nature. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Please thank my guest. I would like to thank my guest, Mr. Niccolo Machiavelli. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Machiavelli. I wish we had more time. I could have told you so much more about the interesting times of the Renaissance.